Hi there, Pete and Grada here, welcome back, and today we have a very specific topic. We're going to talk about menopause or perimenopause and what it means for you and everyone else around you. And I just want to say to Pete, Pete, don't you feel lucky that you're a man?
Absolutely. I doubt whether there'd be an overpopulation problem if men had to have babies or give birth. I've helped lots of women have babies, give birth. I was a midwife for quite a while and helped deliver babies and saw firsthand the, immense stickability, or women are amazing. Stamina, amazing.
And
the pain that they can go through. And I doubt very much whether men, they may have one baby, but that'll be it.
Anyway, and we were talking about a woman's ability just to keep on giving as well. They just give and nurture and all the rest, which is really, well, I'm not a man, but if I was a man, I would be in awe of my woman, right? So we all have our strong points, but we're talking today about how a woman's body changes during perimenopause and menopause and the different challenges that go hand in hand with a really significant change in your life. And we're also here to support you. So in this article, we're going to give you a bit of a comprehensive overview and then some really important tips. And maybe we'll do another one next week on the same topic, because of course this is like a huge topic. But there is a problem with women, isn't there, Pete? Yeah. What do you find?
Apparently, women, it's twice as likely that women are not taken notice of in the medical world. They're dismissed with their problems twice as much as men. And there's been call for more education into women's health and to educate the doctors even about women's health. And when I was nursing, I would always take notice of there were a couple of elderly female nurses that they knew things were happening a long time before the medical world and before me, because they used their intuition. And that I used to say, listen to those nurses and listen to any mother who has a child about concerns about their child, because their intuition is far
more
superior to men's.
Yeah.
And yet they're not taken notice of.
No. And that's incredibly painful. And then, of course, and it creates a lot of suffering. I mean, we've, in our clinic, heard lots of stories where children or family members got the wrong treatments because their mother's instincts were just ignored or laughed at. And some mothers even lost their children, which is absolutely heartbreaking. So when it comes to women's health, there is a lot like going against us, speaking from a woman's point of view myself. Like people, doctors might think, oh, it's just all in your head. Yeah, what you're telling me, oh, well, it's not validated, right? So it's that pain of not feeling validated. But anyway, on the whole, Peter and I feel the tide's turning. We've been operating as healers and coaches in our wellness clinic since the year 2000. So we've seen many things come and go, and I feel like people are generally wisening up, and women are definitely, they need more support. So that's what we're all here to do. Yep. So when it comes to menopause, I'll just briefly explain. So menopause is defined when your menstrual period has stopped and you haven't had a period for 12 consecutive months, and that means basically you've gone through menopause, right? So menopause is dreaded by a lot of women, and because the symptoms can be like hot flushes, literally your brain chemistry changes, even your brain structure changes. And hot flushes in the middle of the night, feeling angry all the time, feeling triggered. It's basically, a lot of women even have a personality change. And then there is the dreaded brain fog as well. And of course, it's lack of support that makes everything worse as well, because you're stuck in a body that's literally fighting a battle. You're almost giving birth to yourself, right, to the next chapter of your life. And women need to be supported through that important transition.
The perimenopausal period can extend for 10 years or more.
I know. Some women start as young as 40, but it's more common, for your menopause to start at age 45, and then for it to be finished hopefully when you're 55. But I mean, that varies greatly. So everyone is different. So again, trust your intuition. Some women go through menopause very early. That's also not helpful to those women. So genetics, genes play a big role. So for instance, my grandmother, she had a last child when she was 50. She started when she was 18, had a last number 14 when she was 50. And she only stopped having babies because the pill came out in the 1960s. So she started taking a contraceptive pill and she stopped having babies then. So, I mean, luckily we're living in a different era today, but so some women can keep menstruating, keep having babies even in their 50s. I just want you to be aware of that as well. So the hormonal changes can be like horrific for women, like you can sometimes not even recognize who that person is in the mirror that's staring you in the face. And so hormones are incredibly powerful, and any hormone disruption is going to be exacerbating by menopausal period. So
the hormones fluctuate dramatically during that period of time.
Yeah. So just quickly tell some other symptoms. So other than your periods are becoming irregular till they stop. Some women have heavier periods. The vaginal wall gets thinner. Your hair, you might lose your hair. The bone density gets is reduced, and so on. Emotional problems, that you're just finding it hard to emotionally regulate yourself and feel steady.
Labile.
Yeah, and so that
up and down.
creates mood swings, this lack of libido, and then there is the dreaded memory loss. Probably the worst thing for menopause for a lot of women is the memory loss and the brain fog, right? If people, they just feel like they're living in a mist, and it's sometimes can be almost compared to early Alzheimer. So we want you to know this definitely help for all of that. Sorry.
And men have to realise there's women lose interest. There's a lack of libido on the women's part, because the word itself, menopause, it means men on pause.
No, not really. But we used to have some clients who, like male clients who come in real grumpy, and they would mutter menopause. And Pete and I would always laugh at it, of course, because we thought it was funny, but it's not funny when it creates real pain. So the key thing is here, we're just going to give you the absolute basics, how to support yourself. You could say all hormonal imbalances, and it's worse when you go through menopause, are due to absolute basic foundation, base root cause is lack of minerals, lack of hydration. So you're dehydrated, you're lacking the minerals that you need, and you're taking the wrong oils, because the whole menopause thing has become a lot worse since the 1950s, when margarines became more mainstream, and then all the bad plant oils or seed oils became
no, hormone disruptors.
That's right. So we're talking about canola oil, and all the yellow oils that you see in plastic bottles on the supermarket shelf will give you, that's menopause in a bottle. So just stay away from them. They're also really bad for guys, because Peter can say what he likes about women losing their libido, but men are having a lot of problems these days sustaining an erection. So also our male specimens are going through the same thing. They also don't feel like it anymore, and they can't get it up, and they can't sustain an erection because of the bad seed oils that is just all too common in our diet. We talk about this a lot. So You can do your own research, but avoid all the seed oils and switch back to butter, coconut oil if you're vegetarian, or I guess coconut oil would be the best option, wouldn't it, Pete?
Yeah, and the best runny oil is macadamia nut oil. And there's far less linoleic acid in, which is the culprit for most chronic disease.
Yeah, other than also coconut oil would be good. And if you have, if you eat a normal, like average diet, have lots of meat fat, like lamb chops, fat, eat the fat, have full fat, means like the meat fat is protecting your hormones, because your hormones are made from cholesterol, and you get cholesterol, of course, healthy cholesterol, from eating healthy meat, including the meat fat. So stay away from everything that's lean or low fat, right?
Plus, we need a good working liver and gallbladder system to digest those fats, but the liver is also responsible to break down hormones.
Yeah.
So if our liver's not working properly, unable to do its work properly, then the hormones will build up and up and up in the body, and
you get shit on the liver.
Wreak havoc as well.
That's right. So in a woman's body, the hormones go up and down. So yesterday's hormones don't apply to today, right? Whereas in a man's body, it's just all real steady. So that's right. The woman's liver absolutely needs a lot more support. So again, make sure you're hydrated, because we've had a lot of clients who have terrible liver readings, and then because they were actually dehydrated, and we get them to drink a lot of water, and suddenly their liver readings are normal again. So don't panic if your liver readings are bad. You've been to the doctor. You just need to
normally done on a fasting blood when you're dehydrated.
Yeah. So just make sure you're always hydrated. You have like your quota of salt, which is like a quarter of a teaspoon for every 30 kilos of body weight. So if you weigh 90 kilos...
Every litre of water drunk.
Yeah. If you weigh 90 kilos, your body roughly needs to take a teaspoon of healthy salt, and we still recommend the Himalayan salt because it's always one of the best. It doesn't matter what people
Well, it hasn't got the pollutants that today's sea's got in.
People say it comes from China, but it doesn't actually come from...
There are a lot of microplastics in today's sea salt.
And in
they are hormone disruptors, plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know there's controversy around Himalayan salt, but we've used it now for 25 years, and our clients do really, really well on it. All right. So that just cuts to the chase. So increase good fat intake. So we recommend 3 tablespoons of healthy fat per day.
At least.
A minimum. Yeah. More is better. Yeah. So again, it's your choice if you want to go with ghee, butter, coconut butter, macadamia nut oil, or of course meat fats if you're a meat eater like Pete and I, we do. Make sure you have all the proper meat fats. Don't leave them on the butcher shelf, right?
Butter and cream, they're really good fats.
So then you need iodine. The whole world is iodine deficient without fail. That's absolutely without question. The government documents will tell you the same thing. It's a big issue in Tasmania, but I know that it's an issue Australia-wide, and it's even an issue worldwide, that everyone is iodine deficient. And so your hormones will be absolutely up the creek, because all your glands need hormones to make proper hormone, to make the proper hormones. So iodine is a must, and we're talking about colloidal iodine, right? That's pure molecular iodine, how it's found in your body. And you were going to talk about gut health. What did you want to say about that?
The digestive area is fundamental to have that working correctly as well for all aspects of health, but also for going through menopause. The intestines need to be full of good intestinal bacteria. They are producing heaps and heaps of different enzymes for us. Scientists have discovered 400 different enzymes that those bacteria are producing for us, and we're still finding out what they're doing for us. And I recommend to people, if you're thinking about your health, you'd be replenishing those good gut bacteria with a superior probiotic on a daily basis, and plus fermented foods, both. We have
We
both,
always have both.
and I would recommend that for everyone.
So yeah, we have healthy salt, we have healthy filtered water, we have like 1 or 2 tablespoons of fermented vegetable matter. On top of that, we supplement with a really good probiotic, like spore probiotics or Synthol, it doesn't matter, or the immunosymbiotic. They're all very superior because your gut is your first brain. So yes, the woman's brain literally changes during menopause, right? The whole structure and everything changes. MRIs have shown us that. But the thing is, your brain is simply responding to your gut. So what happens first?
And it's nearly 70% fat as well. So.
That's right. So, but also like when your tummy, the microbiome changes, that is probably creating the changes in your brain. And one thing that changes your microbiome is also like washing your hands all the time with hand sanitizers, or having your wet ones. What do they call the wet wipes? These are all endocrine disruptors. So don't use those outside things like sanitary products that are going to kill you. It goes straight into the skin and it will kill your gut microbiome, right? So there's already enough stuff going on without you choosing to use those products. You have to avoid them at all costs. That also goes for things like makeup and other skincare products and deodorants. You need to shampoo. You need to avoid all of those, because your skin is like your largest organ, and it's like a mouth that's wide open, and everything goes into the skin. And then when you get to the menopausal age, suddenly it's like a weaker link. It needs attention. It doesn't need to get a sledgehammer attack all the time, every day, from the poisons that you put on your skin. So what you can put on your skin, like I said, is iodine. Is really, really good. Magnesium baths at night. And then, of course, Anna's wild yam cream is really, really good. So Anna's wild yam cream, which you can buy online from us.
It's good for both men and women.
That's right. So if you're a woman, I'll tell you where to put it. Well, anyway, you can put it anywhere on the soft tissue. So you can put it on the top of your boobs, or you can put it just below your ankle, on the insides of the ankles, just below your ankle bone, where we have our uterine reflex. So that is the reflex area, the pressure points for your uterus. That works like a charm. Or you can put it on the soft tissue here. It will go in and it just absolutely changes everything for you. Like it just supports your body. And then
it helps men produce more testosterone too. So testosterone is produced in the testicles, so men can put it there.
Yeah, and what does it do for men? Like, can you just promote it a little bit more passionately? Because there's guys who really suffer from menopause as well.
Yeah, it helps your mood, to stabilise a good mood.
So I just realised menopause, that actually applies to men, because they press the pause button on themselves, right? Because we know that there's a huge crisis that's just as big as the menopausal women going on with men. I just mentioned it before, where guys are literally losing their excitement and their zest for life. They can't even, they don't get a thrill anymore about anything. And you can relate to it sometimes. There have been times in your life when Peter was the same, right? So the wild yam cream helps for men. You can put it anywhere on your body, but of course, if you put it on your testicles, it goes straight into the area where it's needed, and it really lifts your mood, right? So please share this with your loved ones, because when your husband is in a good mood, that makes you feel happy too. It works both ways.
The other thing is something we mention pretty well every time is you need beet flow to open up the bile ducts to get the liver waste out of your body. So the liver can get the waste out of your body, and that waste digests the fats that you need to be eating to create good energy for all your cells to be working well with.
That's right. So beet flow also, it cleans out all your pipes basically. Well, it doesn't really clean out your pipes. It just relaxes the pipes in your body.
Dilute the diameter.
Yeah. So whether it's your blood vessels, your gallbladder, your liver tubes, or whatever they're called, biliary tubes in your liver. So then the body is like, your body can flush out the toxins, and we know the toxins play a key role. also with your ovaries, and it helps your kidneys even, because the kidneys, of course,
they don't have to work so hard.
Yeah, the kidneys are full of tiny little blood vessels. So do yourself a favor and have bead flow as well. That's foundational.
Yeah, it says on the bottle to have one a day, but that doesn't do anyone any good. You need at least 1 3 times a day for it to be doing you any good.
So, and then of course boron, we always talk about boron as well. That's like a trace mineral. It's the same as borax. So borax is actually pure boron, right? And so you just need like maybe a couple of finger licks a day, so a wet finger in the boron.
Just a pinch, a big pinch between thumb and finger.
That's right. And so boron really promotes the happy hormone, well, the proper hormone regulation throughout your body, and also helps to get rid of heavy metals and gets rid of brain fog.
In conjunction with magnesium, will prevent osteoporosis.
Yeah, that's right, which is amazing. We've had clients who reverse their osteoporosis as well as all their menopausal symptoms, and they're going really, really strong today. And of course, there's no looking back for them. They're never going to feel miserable or like broken again, because, by the way, when you take iodine and like do all the recommendations that we recommend, which isn't much, and I've put it in the article, your brain fog will disappear within 10 days. I promise. I make an absolute promise from the bottom of my heart.
Change out your high starch carbohydrates and sugars for a good high fat diet, and your body will thank you profusely.
Yeah, that's right. And your metabolism will even get restored as well. So women often suffer from like they put on weight during menopause and so on, but your own body can fix itself, because we have a new body every year. We have a completely new body, including, for instance, your liver is new every 8 weeks. And your skin, I think, is never older than 6 weeks.
All your neural pathways, your nerves, they are replaced about every 12 months.
And your bones even are replaced every 12 months as well. Like, they used to believe it was every 7 years, but now scientists know that the period is that's not true. It's like within a very short time, you have a new body. You just need to give your body what it needs. And you definitely need to take really good care of yourself. Like, self-care is key. When you enter menopause, that's really a warning sign from the universe to say, can you please make yourself the priority now? Like, you've always given to other people, and now just put yourself first and start to take really, really good care of yourself.
Have some good exercise every day and some good rest periods every day.
Yeah.
Apparently,
sleeping is important.
Sleeping is important, and women or mothers, they deserve, what was it?
That's
a
right.
week in bed for every year.
Every 10 days.
Every 10 years that they've been a mum.
Oh, that they've existed, actually.
Yeah.
So, for instance, if you're 50 years old, you deserve 5 weeks in bed. The universe literally wants to give you 5 weeks, I'm saying in bed, but I mean resting, like just imagine a beautiful bedroom, you go offline, you close the doors, and you make it really lovely for yourself. And then literally the universe owes you, wants to pay you back with 5 weeks in bed. If you're 60 or if you're 50, and if you're 60, it would be 6 weeks and so on. If you're 70, it's 7 weeks. So I just want you to know that, because your body probably just really needs a rest. And if you know that you're actually owed 6 weeks, you don't feel bad about just staying in your bedroom for 2 days, right? And just give your brain a rest to switch off and tell everyone, I'm going offline, I'm not available. And you just have like some little drinks ready, and just literally give yourself a break from everyone, like a spell, so you can rest. And of course, like what Peter said, good night's sleep is really important. If you're not sleeping well, we have like some really good herbal supplements, like Calm Nature is a good one. And what was the other one? Good Night. They are very, very safe and all herbal. And so at night, the brain actually, when you're sleeping, you have to have good quality sleep. Your brain detoxes itself. It gets rid of all the toxins.
So some people have a lot of insomnia, and they might have a major imbalance in their body, which I can determine with the testing I do. So.
Yeah. Book in for a full health session if you're struggling with anything, because that gets to the root cause and I mean, you might have been struggling with the same imbalance all your life and you just didn't know, like for 45 years already, right? So that needs to be addressed, and then you feel better than ever. So I feel menopause is a huge challenge for women. It's not validated for a lot of, sometimes people don't recognize who they are in the mirror. I feel like women need a lot more help. Pete and I are definitely here to help you. We do listen to you. Everyone's story is different, right? And you deserve the best care.
Book in for some energy work with either Grada or myself, and that often addresses the chakra system in the body, which feed into all the hormonal glands.
That's right. So that's another solution. You can feel better instantly with energy medicine because that goes into the chakras, like Peter said, and each chakra is connected to a very, very important hormone producing gland. So your hormone production changes literally on the table. And I mean, people feel it. They feel the instant change. They feel freer. Sometimes they cry a little bit. They feel tingling all through their body. Sometimes they feel the energy surge through the body, and they just feel like an opening up of all the good flow of energy. So that's really important as well. So if you want to look for a session like that, just go online or talk to our receptionist. We open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, and you can have a nice little chat with our friendly team and they will direct you. Otherwise, you can go online and book in for a diagnostic session, which pretty much covers everything. And if you want to do the full Monty, which will be a double session, that's called Full Health Audit, which also gives you a written report. That's called the Full Health Audit. So you can book in online as well. Thanks everyone. I hope you find it helpful.
Have a good week.
And Pete and I want to hear your issues and questions as well. And what do you feel about the information we just gave you? And if you have any other helpful hints, let us know. Thanks heaps and see you next time.